like my soul's beat up. No people focus on hoaxes in the shows he book. And I'm hoping to open doors and I got foes and such. But I know that I'll be opposing to the goal. I must start attacking. Ain't lacking, my brain's lashed in. Same way that I game is the same way of the back end. All the pain that I bring up is like the pain to the Batman. I'm back cracking. Whack trends claiming they rap fans and backtracking. Give a crap about the what's his face. Only thing you out rapping is a sandwich at Subway. And y'all just so happen to welcome beef on my lunch plate. And you are a disaster and this can only go one way. And you steady flashing guns in your music vids. And I know you do it for the fun, but what you doing is abusing every rule. Of course you can use it quick. You're showing the world you don't know what you are doing, kid.
Why would you waste your time when you can be so much more, so much more, so much more? Why would you go in blind when you can be so much more, so much more? I can only be great. I can only be great. I can only be great. I can only be great.
If it's one thing that I want you to see, it's everybody is ignorant. It's only when you speak on what you don't know you become slow, and that ignorance crosses into stupidity. Yet I'm still spending my energy debating enemies that tend to be idiots, really inept politically, that don't have the depth or wit of me. Oh well, it'll be co-chance in hell, so riddle me this. How am I supposed to take you serious when all of your positions are socially expedient? Thinking you a rebel, but at most you obedient. Opposing opinions make folks be belligerent. Occult and religious, so you know what's on CNN and vote what you told by the folks that got a sentence missing. Oh, you a hypocrite and I'm in awe, cause the diversity you advocate is not in thought. You get away with it cause you placed in a freaking chamber with echoes ringing, surrounded by a bunch of brainless. Your aim is yet all the same shame, cause you ain't slick, afraid to relate other things cause you nameless. Tamed and weak and pathetic, you epitomize politic ties cause you scared to be criticized. Ancient trick, you ain't say this, you afraid to unplug from the matrix. Basic.
Why would you waste your time when you can be so much more, so much more, so much more? Why would you go in blind when you can be so much more, so much more? I can only be great. I can only be great. I can only be great. I can only be great.
Yeah. We just gonna spit on this one. Yo. Hey.
I don't get writer's block, I just write them odd. I'm crisp like a Sprite when it's hot. This and you might just get dropped. Like it or not, I'm a likable guy, I'm psyching them odd. I was fighting in lots while you were just cycling thoughts. You a dyke in the box, so now listen. The way you pitching, you gon' need more than a mound visit. You sound timid and I don't kick it with round midgets. That hound misses, I found this is the way losers acting around misfits. Pound for pound, I'm the listing. You can bounce and get dismissed, clown, get this. Couldn't walk a mile wearing my Fitbit. Competition is non-existent, and you ain't worth the honorable mention. It hurts cause you don't wanna listen. Certainly I'm on a mission. Bone picking lame cats with face tats that I can't tell the difference in. Splitting images, depicting sentiments and lifestyles they never lived within. These cats are children men, depending on ill wills and pills again. Tell me I don't wanna sell, because it's on my own terms. W or L, whether I succeed or fail. No plan to see you in hell. He can tell, stick around or he can bail. It don't matter to me cause I'ma eat as well. You can get yours in, it's important. I'ma get mine, not interdependent, cause wealth is not a fixed pie. Meaning you blaming your lack of success on another while you sit and do nothing is for losers and suckers, my brother.
Man, just sitting here thinking, if I could just like rap like that every single track, I thoroughly enjoy rap a lot more than what I do now. It seems like so many cats really have downgraded in terms of rhyme schemes and lyricism, but let's get back into it.
I'm more than a rare exception, you can't compare him. I'm fly as the Tuskegee Airman. My patience is as thin as her pins. You find a sucker cat that's talking smack and I'll just dare him. Come at me sideways, attacking, I'm pushing back your chin. I know you sour, you adhere to fear, and I'm overpowered like Jiren or Beerus. You delirious, seriously, you a joke or high of Oxycontin. Better yet, you a moron and not the Oxycontin, not the likes of mine. I remember sitting back laughing, hoping that I get signed. Now I own my own tracks, riding waves of the hype of mine. Popular and dirt poor broke, that ain't my type of grind. If I got started talent, then why would I wanna ride the pine? Pipe it down, listen closely. I'm on the flow, you in the nosebleeds. That's cause I spent my days with no sleep. You fools know me, and low key, you little bro sheep. A little bo peep, you like a vicious dog with no teeth. And I'm an animal that's off the handle, standing on the mantle. Rap game, John Randall, opposition manhandle. You can't light a dang candle on a sandhill with 20 matches and a handbill. You ain't got nan skill. You see these jokers, yeah, they mediocre. Don't get your hopes up. A contradiction like an old pup. I'm pulling cards like Ilyasova from deep playing Minnesota. Indeed, I'm a Timberwolf, and you just a mini crook. Won't let you off any hook. And plenty rooks thinking that they can get me shook, but on top of the scoring title, I'm locking up like Michael, the Jordan, and beforehand, I had the floor plan and the door hand, so they adore him.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Happy Saturdays, happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day out there. Happy y'all could join me. Appreciate it. Appreciate that very much, you know what I mean? I know you guys have a, Saturday, people out there doing stuff. You know what I mean? Happy y'all could join me. What up, James? What up, James? Hey, if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Let you know when I got new content. Share this video, please. Help me beat this algorithm that's been whooping my ass. Oh, man. All right. You guys got any special plans happening today, tomorrow? Ain't no football this weekend, apparently. I don't know if is the Pro Bowl happening this weekend? I know usually the Pro Bowl will be up and going. What up, Ahmad? What's up? What's up? Of course, that doesn't work. There we go. What's going on, Ahmad? Yeah, just try and get everything going. You know what I mean? A lot going on today. 1 second. Get some stuff in order. All right, there we go. All right, let's get it popping, y'all. I'm happy y'all could join me. Happy Saturday. Canon Hotep. Like I said, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification icon, and please share this video out. It'll let people know when I got new content coming out, and it'll help me beat that algorithm. Like I said, YouTube been whooping my ass. There's no reason why I shouldn't be a little bit bigger than I am now, but you know how things go. Let's see. There's a lot happening in the news this week, I'll tell you that much. How many of y'all seen that the interview that Hotep Jesus did with Rook last night? Very informative. That was legit a fire conversation. I'm gonna tell y'all that much. I learned a lot. I'm inspired. You know what I mean? Health is wealth, people. Health is wealth. You know what I mean? And that's what she was preaching. You got to take care of yourself. You take care of yourself. You take care of your body will take care of you. You know what I mean? You take care of your body and you worry about all this nonsense going on in the world today. You take care of your body, you don't have to worry about getting sick so much, There are a lot of diseases that can be reversed, like diabetes, stuff like that. Some autoimmune diseases can be reversed if you take care of yourself, Get rid of that inflammation, get rid of that mucus inside the body. Mucus and inflammation protects the viruses. If you can get rid of that stuff, you can beat those viruses. You know what I mean? Shout out to Rook. Shout out to Hotep Jesus on that, man. That was dope. Music you was hearing in the beginning, that's my man Eric July. That's from his album Rap Circle. Go check that out. My man spits fire. Straight up. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we're going to get into it. So, GoFundMe not only stops the account for the Freedom Convoy up in Canada, but they took the money and they won't release it. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, that's just highway robbery. You know what I mean? For lack of a better term. You know what I mean? Like, that's what GoFundMe's for. Like, you fund things. It should be it should be nonpartisan. You know what I mean? But they're showing their political views. You know what I mean? Saying that, what's going on up in Canada, the Freedom Convoy is a occupation. You know what I mean? But they ain't had no issues with it during that summer of love, did they? They had no issues with it when they had GoFundMe's going for the people that took over that police station and the courthouse and stuff like that in Portland. You know what I mean? And that was all well and good. You know what I mean? But, I guess it depends on what side of the aisle you fall on. These truckers want freedom. These truckers they don't want mandates, And a lot of them truckers up there are jabbed up. A lot of them truckers is jabbed up, but they're not for these mandates. You know what I mean? It makes it hard on everybody. That's an infringement on civil liberties, period, full stop. You know what I mean? Mud. And they lied with the help of the Canadian government 100%. You know what I mean? You got to cut the cash flow. They're afraid of those people up there. You know what I mean? That's how you know they're doing a good job. That's how you know they get into the minds of the powers that be up there. They got to try to cut their cash flow off. You know what I mean? So I say go, defund GoFundMe. You feel me? So I'm going to take you over to this article from the New York Post. From the New York Post. Elon Musk, GoFundMe professional thieves for withholding $10 million from anti-vax rally. Yo, Elon Musk been on his best BS lately. You feel me? He been speaking out big time, but that's what you can do when you lawless, yo. That's what you do when you got all that money. You know what I mean? Steph, what's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just in time, bro. Tesla founder Elon Musk slammed GoFundMe for hypocrisy after the fundraising site cut ties with the convoy of the anti-vacation Canadian truckers. Double standard, quipped Musk on Twitter, while sharing a screenshot of June 2020 tweet GoFundMe posted in support of Seattle's lawless CHOP, or the Capitol Hill Occupy protests, an autonomous zone where riots broke out and police were not permitted to enter. He also called GoFundMe professional thieves. Thousands of truckers in the Freedom Convoy rolled into Ottawa on January 29th, many of them blocking roads outside of Parliament buildings, honking loudly, brandishing Canadian flags, and F Prime Minister Justin Trudeau banners. GoFundMe blocked the release of almost $10 million in $10 million in donations to the group on Friday in connection with the promotion of violence and harassment during the Ottawa protests. Come on. That's what they calling it, violence and harassment. Why? Because they making their voices heard. They're making their voices heard and they don't like it. I like him, however, he scares the heck out of me for some strange reason. Who's that? Talking about Justin Trudeau? Oh, you talking about Elon Musk? I'm sorry. You talking about Elon Musk? I mean, I feel like Elon Musk is like a step away from creating Skynet. I mean, I get you. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I like him too. You know what I mean? But like he on this, I get what you're saying. So let's see what this is. So here's a quote. We now have evidence from law enforcement that previously peaceful demonstration has become an occupation, with police reports of violence and other unlawful activity. GoFundMe wrote in a statement. None of us have seen it. But when they got media blackout on shit like this up there, we got to take their word for it, right? You know what I mean? Got to take the word of the government. Donors have until February 19th to ask for a refund, and the rest of the money the group raised would be allocated to credible and established charities chosen by Freedom Convoy organizers, the site said. Are you kidding me? So the Freedom organizers, they can't get the money that was raised for them in their cause. They got to let it go to something else? Like, what kind of shit is that? It's ridiculous, yo. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. You know, but that's what they got to do. You got to discredit the movement, or you got to hit them. You got to hit them in their pockets. You got to hit them in their pockets. On Wednesday, Facebook took down the page created by U.S. truckers who were planning to ride from California to Washington, D.C. for a similar protest. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. BMW, what's up? What's up? What's up? So let me get this right? 2020, summer of love. Motherfuckers getting shot in Portland. People getting beat up. Catastrophically injured. They took over a police station. I believe they took over a court. I took over a couple city blocks. That was occupying something. That was violence. These truckers roll up into Ottawa, they honking their horns and they having these rallies. And I mean, I know what it looked like because, you know what I mean, Viva Fry and a couple of other YouTubers who live in Canada have been live streaming from there for the past couple of days. So you see what's what. You see what's what because the media is having a blackout on it. They don't want to talk about it. They need to be able to control that narrative. This is a just cause. But because it doesn't fit the narrative of the government and the powers that be, you know, there's a concerted effort to squash it. You know what I mean? Like I said, truckers are the lifeblood, the backbone of the civil, you know, of you know, these you know, America and North America, South America, wherever. You know what I mean? Without truckers, shit don't get done. You know what I mean? Unless you're going to dive bomb a package with a fucking drone or some shit like that or whatever. You know, you need truckers. I don't care if it's a tractor trailer driver, you know what I mean? Semi-truck driver. I don't care if it's like somebody driving a box truck, a dump truck, a fucking UPS van. Like, you need truckers. You need drivers to do things. They're by themselves. They're not out here, you know what I mean, coming in contact with millions and millions of people. If you ever delivered material or delivered some stuff with a box truck or whatever, you're alone. You open your doors, you back up to a bay door, the people inside the warehouse unload it, and then you get your shit signed and you roll. You're not fraternizing and fucking hanging out with these people. You taking stuff from one spot to the next. Simple as that. Period. You're isolated. You're alone. That's a lonely fucking occupation. Unless you take a fucking dog with you. If you've ever seen a lot of truckers, they have dogs with them. Sometimes their significant other might roll out. You know what I mean? The fuck you think it's a reason why all these fucking prostitutes better these truck stops? Niggas is lonely. You know what I mean? They not you know, this ain't no fucking job where they, you know, they got to interact with millions of people. They not really interacting with nobody. It's pull up, open your doors, back up to a door, they unload it, and then you dip. Simple. Simple as that. You know what I mean? And these mandates are nonsense. They're bullshit. They know it is. They'll tell you on one hand that, yeah, if you get the vacation, yeah, you can still catch it and you can still spread it. But it's your best chance of being protected from the yamming or from the Cove base. Like, it don't make sense. And it don't make sense to nobody. Like, you know, the people that, you know, got, you know, fucking IQ higher than a fucking doorknob, they know. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden, like, the money that they raised to keep the movement going, that would have kept them there. You know, they could have kept their fuel, food, water. You know what I mean? To help them with that war of attrition that I be talking about, they just squashed that shit. What I say is, you know, the people that donated, take that money back. Take that money back and go up there and personally give it to them. If you had that, you know, personally give it to them. I'm sure there's some other nonprofit that's willing to make sure that money gets in their hands. You know what I mean? I know GoFundMe is convenient, but now we see what type of time they on. They've been on that type of time. You know what I mean? It's not the first time they pull some bullshit like this. You know what I mean? I hope these truckers stay in it, man. It's a big blow to them to not get that money. But hopefully, you know, they find a workaround and they're able to keep up the cause, keep hope alive, man. You know what I mean? DMW, that's grand larceny, I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe so. Gab suggested its user use a Christian site similar to Go. Yeah, okay, yeah. You could do that, like Givelify or whatever it is. I guess is what it is. Or, you know, I know that's one of them called Givelify, but I know it's ran by some Nigerians, so I don't know what the. I know Givelify is ran by Nigerians, so I don't know if that's. I don't know. Nathan Martinez. Yeah. What? His is why you should register as a Dem. That way, if you're ever in trouble, you'll get off in the media for prosecution. Wolves in sheep's clothing, bro. I get you. I see what you're saying. Trojan horse type situation. You know, double agent. BMW. It's crazy how the sheep are okay with the government and the media painting everyday working class people as anything other than citizens standing against unfairness to everyone. For everyone. Facts. What up, Cam? Salute, bro. Vinstead, what's the deal? What's the deal? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. $10 million. That's a lot of money. It's nothing. I mean, definitely nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? They can't get that money. Then they're gonna force them to give it to another cause. I hope everybody that donated goes back and takes their money back. Not only that, I hope other organizations pulls away from GoFundMe. GoFundMe needs to learn a lesson. GoFundMe, honestly, in this case, in this instant, needs to go the way of the dodo. You know what I mean? You know, it's got to be a better way. It's got to be an easier way. It's got to be a more fair way. You know what I mean? I'm sure GoFundMe, you know, they got some slack from the Canadian and the United States government. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Natasha, what's the deal? Good morning. But yeah, it is disgusting, Natasha. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. You know, now it's just like people still don't see it. They don't see it. They don't see how the government just overreaches. You know what I mean? You think that was GoFundMe trying to virtue signal and say, oh, we're going to, no, I'm sure Canada or the United States, somebody got in their ear and said, yo, you need to go ahead and kill this. You know what I mean? You know, it's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Yeah. I hope these truckers keep it moving, man. I hope these truckers keep it pushing. I hope they keep the movement going. I hope people figure out a way to get aid to these truckers. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Somebody's got to have a way to get it done. You know what I mean? Simple as that. Even if like I don't know. I wouldn't even say Cash App because they fuck around and like not even let them do it or something like that. But you know, there's got to be a way to do it. You know, but Godspeed to these truckers, man. So speaking of mandates and authoritarian overreach, our next story comes from CBS News. So like I was saying in my live stream yesterday when I was in my truck, the military has started discharging troops who refuse to get the vacation. From CBS News. Why is this not working? Hold on. There we go. There we go. That looks better. From CBS News. Military begins discharging troops who refused the Cove Base vacation. All of the U.S. military services have now begun disciplinary actions and discharges for troops who have refused to get the mandated Cove Base vacation, officials said, with as many as 20,000 unvacation forces at risk of being removed from service. You gotta be kidding me, yo. You gotta be kidding me. You know what I mean? You got a point. And yeah, what happens when truckers decide not to truck? You know what I mean? The fact that GoFundMe was made for that cause shows how arrogant the yep. And they still get they cut, I'm pretty sure. I bet you, but they won't turn that shit down. All right, back to the story. So on Thursday, the Marine Corps said it's discharged 103 Marines so far in refusing the vacation. And the Army said it has reprimanded more than 2,700 soldiers and will begin discharge proceedings in January. Jesus, man. The Air Force said earlier this week that 27 airmen have been discharged. When is this done? But this was in December. This article's from. Okay, so where we at? So they said it was going to begin discharge of more than 2,700 soldiers. The Air Force said earlier this week that 27 airmen had been discharged for refusing the vacation order. The Navy laid out its new discipline procedure. That's new discipline procedure this week and has already fired one sailor from his command job for refusing to be tested while he pursues an exemption. That's crazy, man. So this was from December of 2021, right? That's from December of 2021. The world computer's acting a fool. I'm sorry, guys. My computer's acting crazy. I don't know what's going on with my OBS. There we go. All right, so this is from December of 2021, right? All military is going to be in shambles. I'm going to just tell y'all that. I'm going to tell you, our military is going to be in shambles. Nobody's going to want to, nobody's going to want to serve anymore. Nobody's going to want to serve anymore. Our military already looks crazy. Like I said yesterday, I forgot what I was watching, but it was a special. I want to say it might have been Tim Kennedy that was saying it. I forgot what show he was on. But he was saying that to the point now where, you know, they can't find like special operators, you know, like SEALs or Green Berets or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. They trying to go to high schools and get people off the wrestling teams and stuff like that because they don't got people to meet the physical fitness requirements or any of that shit. You know what I mean? Now the ones that's actually willing to put their life on the line, you know what I mean? You know, you discharge them. And I don't know if they're going to get I mean, I'm assuming because they call them reprimands and disciplinary actions, are they going to get dishonorably discharged for not wanting to take the vacation? If that's the case, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Could you imagine putting your whole life in your service into your country? Let's just say you've been there for 20 years, you've been there for 10 years or whatever. You done deployed how many times? You know, I don't know how many times, and you know what I mean? Only to be like dishonorably discharged because you refuse to take an experimental medicine that hasn't been proven that to work. Could you imagine that? You know what I mean? On top of that, you know, that just goes to show that when you join the military, and I wish I could find that clip because it was a clip that I had pulled. I want to say I posted it on Twitter, but I'm at that shit probably buried deep in my profile. But there was a guy that basically said it on the news. He said, once you join the military, you belong to the military. You belong to the United States government once you join the military. And if this don't show you that, I don't know what does. You know, I commend and you know, and anybody that serves in the military has my biggest respect. My biggest respect. But this goes to show you that you don't own yourself. You don't belong to yourself. You already get upwards of 17 vacations before you even deploy. And I get it. Some of those are really necessary depending on where you're going at in the world. You might have to take a malaria joint or you might have to take some kind of smallpox joint, whatever you got to take. You know, I get that. You know what I mean? But this shit is crazy, you know? Let's go over here to the chat. Let me see where we at. Smacked in ATL, what up, bro? Y'all got that? Yeah, I mean, and y'all, I ain't got shit, bro. I ain't got shit. I don't plan on getting shit. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, all these cats dropped crying over Joe Rogan. He a damn loony left. You think Joe a loony left the show? I think Joe on the fence, yo. I think Joe be on the fence. I've been listening to Joe Rogan for quite a while. I've been listening to him for like probably the last 6 or 7 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree. He is on the left. You know what I mean? But I think he's on the left like our grandparents might have been on the left. Like what these called classical liberal or whatever they call it, classical liberal. I think he is. I think he's one of the people that like, you know, he want to see, you know, he a hippie, but at the same time, he don't want government fucking with everything. You know what I mean? I think honestly, like he might be a libertarian for the most part, but you know, they crying over Joe Rogan because he went against the narrative. He had people on that they wanted to silence, and he gave them a platform. You know, simple as that. So now they got to discredit Joe Rogan, like Bill Cooper said. The only way, you know, the best way to get rid of an enemy is to discredit your enemy. The best way to get rid of somebody's credibility is to kill his credibility. So that's what they're attacking. They're attacking Joe Rogan's character and his credibility to, you know, to get him out the paint. What they doing? Been the tactic of the redacted for decades, maybe centuries. You know what I mean? BMW, another scheme to weaken the U.S. military to the benefit of the CCP. Okay, I hear you. You know what I mean? MC land standard, file exempt. Yeah, I mean, I agree, file exempt, but the thing is they're making it so hard to file exempt. You know what I mean? They're trying to make it almost impossible to file exempt. They'll give you the option to file exempt, but then there's so many loopholes. There's so many like hoops and fucking red tape and all this other stuff that it makes it super difficult for them to file exempt. It shouldn't be that fucking hard, you know? But you know, that's what it is, because they don't really want them to file exempt. They want them to take this vacation and go on about their business. Period. Because they told them to. That's why you see the whole they getting reprimanded. You know what I mean? I do agree with you there. MC Lancaster. Like I said, if you're new here, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification icon and share this video out. It'll let people know when I got new content coming out. And it'll help me beat this algorithm that's been whooping my ass. I'm sure there's a lot of people that follow me that don't even know that I'm live right now because powers to be over at YouTube said fuck it. You know what I mean? Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. I hear you. Bob Marley. It's shameful and disgusting what the Biden admin is doing to the military. So, yeah, it is definitely disgusting, man. It's definitely disgusting. Too much identity politics, too much social justice going on in the military right now. To the point we ain't gonna have a military. You're gonna be a bunch of blue-haired, fucking morbid, out of shape, fucking skittish people trying to defend us. You know, and it's sad. But like I said, like Billy Coop said, like I said, if you guys ain't never seen or never read Behold a Pale Horse, go get that book and read it. That's Red Pill 101. Go read that book. You know what I mean? Mac the ATL, you are their property. Yeah, that's what they showing people. That's what they showing people, man. Ahmad, they keep messing with the veterans. They're going to find out what they really taught them in the military. Yeah. But like I said, like Billy Coop said, they're going to come a time where they tell you that the biggest threat to the United States is the patriots, the men and women willing to fight for the Constitution. You know what I mean? So, but I did find something. This is from this week, actually. This is from Wednesday from Army Times. Let's see what they got to say. The Army is immediately beginning involuntary discharges For active duty troops who have refused to receive the Cove-based vacation, the service announced Wednesday. In a release announcing the move, the service noted that the order also applies to cadets, guard, and reserve troops who are on Title 10 active duty tours of more than 30 days. Soldiers who are scheduled to separate, retire, or begin their terminal leave before July 1st will receive administrative exemptions. According to a new Army directive, commanders are to immediately initiate involuntary administrative separation proceedings for troops who have refused the vacation and don't have a pending or approved exemption. The message also instructs commands to process these separations as expeditiously as possible. They try to get you the fuck out of there. As of January 26, only 3,350 active duty soldiers have refused vacation, and only 3,619 requests for religious or medical exemptions remain pending. The service has not yet approved any religious accommodations for the shot, though it has authorized 6 permanent medical exemptions. 6. Just 6. That tells you that they like, fuck y'all. Y'all gonna take this shot. Get down or lay down. Troops whose exemption requests are denied will have a week to either get the shot or file an appeal, the release said. Enlisted soldiers refusing the shot will receive an involuntary discharge for commission of a serious offense. Are you fucking kidding me? But an Army official clarified on background that the service currently plans to permit those troops who re-enlist with the waiver should they later get it. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's nuts. I don't even want to read anymore. That's nuts. That's nuts. I swear, yo. We in clown world, man. We living in some crazy times right now. You don't have, you don't have agency over your own body. It's bad enough, civilians, people not in the military, you're having a hard time doing this because you got your jobs, threatening to fire you and all this other shit. You know what I mean? But imagine being in the military and then you refusing it and they giving you an involuntary discharge for a serious offense. You know what I mean? I'm on to know. Hold on, just to make sure I know what I'm talking about. An involuntary discharge. And here we go. What's it say? All right. So an involuntary administrative discharge, also called administrative separation, is a very serious adverse action in which the military is attempting to terminate the employment of a military member. In other words, the military is trying to kick the member out of the military. Wow. Finding yourself facing an involuntary administrative discharge from the military can be life-changing and heartbreaking experience, resulting in loss of benefits, educational opportunities, and career aspirations. Fortunately, you have options to fight this discharge, and you do not have to do it alone. I guess this is what I read. This from like some military, like a lawyer or whatever. But that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's fucking nuts, man. That's fucking crazy. I feel for these soldiers, man. Like, you see who going through it, right? Like I said, what Billy Coop say? There will come a time where people are told that the biggest threat to the United States are its patriots, the men and women willing to fight for the Constitution. And what are we seeing now? You're seeing soldiers who put their life on the line countless times, or willing to put their life on the line, and with our military being treated, like second-class citizens and like criminals, should they not get this vacation? We see truckers in Canada and truckers in the United States who don't want to get the vacation, or who don't agree with the mandate, who are trying to stand up for the Constitution and for people's rights, being demonized, being called terrorists and far right extremists. This is where we at now. This is where we at. We right around the corner from them calling anybody who don't want to get this vaccine an extremist, and they should be treated. We should be treated with extreme caution. It's coming. It's coming. It's damn near here. Like I've been saying, that dark winter, that dark winter here, man. You know what I mean? These people are so out of touch. They don't understand. I mean, and I'm not even gonna say they don't understand. They understand exactly what the fuck they doing. They understand exactly what the fuck they doing. They understand exactly what the fuck they doing. What up, Handy Bob? What up, Smacked? I don't know how delayed my chat is, but yeah, no, they not getting honorable discharges, bro. They getting involuntary discharges. That's fucked up. Nathan, notice as no one gets further towards the middle and sympathetic to other ideas, the left will work to discredit them. Yes. Look what they did to Tim Pool. Yeah. Tim Pool more left than Rogan. You know what I mean? And he'll tell you that. But now he's on the intellectual dark web. They consider him some far right extremist and this and this and this and this and this. You know what I mean? And Tim Pool is far from it. I watch Tim Pool, Sometimes he got some good takes, sometimes he don't. You know what I mean? But, we all, that's what diversity is. Diversity ain't just your skin color. Diversity is, ideas, beliefs. People having different ideals, different beliefs, different cultures, stuff like that. That's diversity. But they'll tell you that diversity is just whether you black, white, or whatever. Ridiculous. Again, Godspeed to these military members, man. Keep up the good fight. And I know, considering that, with these discharges, they could be just like getting out of jail for real. Like, damn, some of these dishonorable discharge and this shit like this is like saying like, like almost equivalent to having a felony. And that's what they're trying to do. And they're going to try to hold that on over a lot of these service members' heads, to force them to, take this shot. Hey, you going to take this shot, or you going to take this? Essentially, what a dishonorable discharge or involuntary discharge is a fucking felony. Hold up. Hold up. Andy Bob, what'd you say, bro? They're getting general discharges or general under honorable condition discharges. So question, Handy Bob. So what I just read from the Army Times, right? Bring it back up. So they're getting what's called involuntary discharges. They're calling it involuntary discharge. So from what I just read, with the definition of involuntary discharge is like almost like dishonorable because they're trying to kick you out of the military. So is that correct? But yeah, so like I said, Godspeed to these soldiers, man, because it's sad. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Nathan, what's up? When we demonize the free exchange of ideas and there's no room to disagree, that's how radicals are born. That's true. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll show you. That's what we were reading, Handy Bob. It says 5 types. So this is what they're saying. Enlisted soldiers refusing a shot will receive an involuntary discharge for commission of a serious offense, is what they're saying that they're going to get. So they will receive, where's it at? Will receive an involuntary discharge for commission of a serious offense, is what they're saying. So this, I guess then they must have made some new shit up called involuntary discharge. Then this must be some new shit they made up to fucking do what they need to do if that's the case. So, I just thought it was honorable and dishonorable discharges. I never heard anything else. But yeah, so maybe involuntary discharges some new shit they done made up then. But regardless, you know, in commission of a serious offense. That sound like if they get you on this involuntary discharge, you're gonna have some issues when you get out the military, finding a job and some other shit. I tell you, it's just sad, man. So I wanted to talk about did y'all guys see the reporter take the what the hell was hold on, let me see. Did y'all see the reporter take I guess the spokesperson for the State Department to task for take him to task for sorry about that. Take him to task for he was reading that Russia's supposed to have some kind of false flag event and to justify them going into the Ukraine or whatever. So basically the reporter basically was like took him to task, like, hey yo, I need proof of that. Like, and the guy basically was like, well, your proof is me telling you. And he was like, that ain't good. That ain't good enough. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to some of these reporters out here. We're going to go over to YouTube real quick. And what's this? The Associated Press actually put this up on their channel. Check this shit out. There we go. Listen to this shit. Yeah. Boom. He say what a lot of us be thinking, yo. He said, yeah, that's what you said. But where's your proof? Where's your receipts? You just throwing this information out here with no receipts, and we just supposed to take your word for it. That shit is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, what we got? No sound? Oh, come on. You serious? All right, hold tight, yo. Let me see if I can fix that. Involuntary separation from the Army means you were ready to continue service, but the Army said no thanks. This can happen for multiple reasons. Army says you couldn't pass basic training. No. That's interesting. All right, so let's try this again. I'm sorry, guys. Golly mighty. Let's start from scratch.
Good afternoon. Russia continues to engage in disinformation Well,
campaigns.
you made an allegation that they might do that. Have they actually done it?
What we know, Matt, is what I have just said, that they have engaged in this activity,
Well,
in this planning
hold on a
activity.
second. What
But let
activity?
me because
activity?
obviously this is not the first time we've made these reports public. You'll remember that just a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry. Made what report public?
If you'll let me finish, I will tell you what report we made public. We told you a few weeks ago that we have information indicating Russia also has already prepositioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine. So that, Matt, to your question, is an action that Russia has already taken.
It's an action that you say that they have taken, but you have shown no evidence to confirm that. And I'm going to get to the next question here, which is, what is the evidence that they... I mean, this is like crisis actors, really? This is like Alex Jones territory you're getting into now. What evidence do you have to support the idea that there is some propaganda film in the making?
Matt, this is derived from information known to the U.S. government, intelligence information that we have declassified. I think you know...
Okay, well, where is it? Where is this information?
It is intelligence information that we have declassified.
Well, where is
You're like, where's the information? Oh, this is intelligence information that we have declassified. If it's declassified, then show us your receipts. Show us your receipts if it's declassified. And that's what he asking for, you know. Now, he it's some Alex Jones territory, blah, 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 you know. Hey, we know that these crisis actors be out here. We know they out here. You know what I mean? They've been exposed before. You know what I mean? Smack Nate tell, yo, this reporter, how much you want to bet he didn't question Russia collusion like that? Yeah, he did, damn, though. He pulled out the Alex Jones. He pulled Alex Jones out the backpack. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. That shit is hilarious. Okay, Military Times is a private media company. It's not DOD. They're quite liberal. Okay. Well, then I guess that would be cool that we read it, because, you know, now we see what they, you know, what the liberal spin looks like on it. Which means that, you know, what Natasha said from the article, it says involuntary separation is not a badge of shame, as dishonorable. That means that they probably bullshitting about that too. You know, either way, the military, they shouldn't, you know, these men and women willing to fight and serve in the military shouldn't be kicked out simply because they don't want to take a shot that they don't want to take. It's their bodies. But, you know, what those articles are showing that basically the military say they own you. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Where is it? Where's the declassified information?
I just delivered it.
No, you made a series of allegations and statements.
Would you like us to print out the topper? Because you will see a transcript of this briefing that you can print out for yourself.
That's not evidence, Ned. That's you saying it. That's not evidence. I'm sorry.
What would you like?
I would like to see some proof that you can show that
Matt, you have been
that shows that the Russians are doing this. Ned, I've been doing this for a long time.
I know, that was my point.
You
have been doing this for quite a while. You know that when we declassify intelligence information,
right. And I
we do so in a means. We do so with an eye to protecting sources and methods.
Is not going to fall.
So he said, yeah, I've been doing this a long time. I remember when y'all said there was WMDs in Iraq. I remember when y'all said Kabul wouldn't fall. Like, he's like, yo, y'all been lying all this time. Y'all always setting up creating some bullshit that turned out to be false. That is craziness. You know what I mean? But he took him to task, yo. Let's keep it moving.
I remember a lot of things. So where is the declassified information other than you coming out here and saying?
Matt, I'm sorry you don't like the format, but we have declassified.
It's not the format; it's the content.
I'm sorry you don't like the content. I'm sorry you are doubting the information that is in the possession of the U.S. government.
No,
what I'm telling you is that this is information that's available to us. We are making it available to you in order for a couple reasons. One is to attempt to deter the Russians from going ahead with this activity. Two, in the event we're not able to do that, in the event the Russians do go ahead with this, to make it clear as day, to lay bare the fact that this has always been an attempt on the part of the Russian Federation to fabricate a pretext.
Yeah, but you don't have any evidence to back it up other than what you're saying.
You know that when we make information
Yo, he can't deal, yo. He can't handle it, yo. He like, yeah, you saying it, but I need to see your proof. You saying it's declassified? Let us see it. And he like, well, like I just said before, he like, well, me saying it is your proof. I can show you this paper. Like, no, I want to see the proof that you read. You know that you know, I want to see the fucking paper you reading from. I want to see the proof that y'all got that led to this.
intelligence information public, we do so in a way that protects sensitive sources and methods. You also know that
appreciate you, Natasha, on that link.
We declassify information only when we're confident in that information. If you doubt the credibility of the U.S. government, of the British government, of other governments, and want to find solace in information that the Russians are putting out, that is for you to do.
Yo, shout out to that journalist. I don't know which side of the political spectrum he falls on. I don't know. I don't know. But for him taking him to task, that was, good on him. Too many times we've been told by, the powers that be, by their spokespeople, that this is what it is. And then it always turns out, or most of the time it turns out to be some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I said, whether it's the Gulf of Tonkin, whether it's the fucking Lusitania, whether it's babies in an incubator, you know what I mean? Whether it's yellow cake, you know what I mean? WMDs. It's always turns out to be some false bullshit that get us into somebody else's fucking situation, somebody else's fucking altercation or spat. All the time. You know what I mean? It's always happening, yo. And he seemed like a seasoned vet. He seemed like an older gentleman. He probably been around for all of that shit. I'm like, yo, nah. Probably looking at like, yo, Nickel Slick's approval ratings is in the toilet. You know what I mean? Now y'all bringing this shit out on the heels of him so-called taking out some terrorist, that we ain't got no proof that he did it, other than they said that he did it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Freak Mac, welcome. Like I said, if y'all new to this channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon, share this video out to everybody. Help me beat that algorithm, please. I appreciate you guys. So with this story, right, I just thought that was interesting because I remember, I'm not sure how many of you guys out there is a fan or was a fan of Patrice O'Neal, God rest his soul. He was one of the funniest comedians ever. You know what I mean? But he was too brutally honest and he never really got the recognition he deserved. But anyway, I was referencing this on my live stream yesterday when I was driving. I guess it's Patrice O'Neal's red pill moment, I guess you could say. So I wanted to review it, right? It's a funny fucking it's just audio. It's some funny fucking audio, right? So we're gonna play the audio. And hold on. Let me go ahead and turn this music off real quick. We're gonna play this audio, right? It's from a show called Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony was on Sirius XM for a while. I know they had a big show in New York as well. It kind of about, went off the air probably like a couple years ago. I guess the two hosts, I think Anthony got in some kind of like scandal and then he ended up leaving, and then Opie did it with Jim Norton, and then him and Jim Norton had some issues, and I think Opie had some issues with Sirius and he ended up leaving. But regardless, it's a fucking funny show. So we're gonna go and check this out, right? This is Patrice O'Neal's red pill moment. There was so many truths spoken in this fucking this segment. It's not even funny. It's hilarious, but just check it out, guys. We about to go to it now.
Bin Laden, of course, we all seen the thing.
Yeah.
And you know, there's the conspiracy, what they call conspiracy nuts, and then there's whatever. And the thing that gets me is that when there is one little question that makes you go, what? That we don't galvanize and say, no, you're not allowed to say anything else till we cover this. Give me a straight answer, because flushing Bin Laden down the ocean like he's cocaine from the Goodfellas.
You don't feel that was
it doesn't prove anything. You know, somebody like Hannity to make me sound like a complete idiot if I went on the show and went, he flushed him down in the fucking ocean. It's just, you go, there's nothing that just makes you you go, what?
Does it just reek of cover-up of something?
But it does.
Yeah.
So this is along the lines of what that journalist was saying. You know, basically like, you know, wait, what? It don't, like, you know, he was going off his gut, his intuition, like, what? This shit don't even make sense. You know what I mean? So this is, like I said, this is along the lines when I guess Patrice O'Neal started watching, I forgot what he watched. He watched the Obama deception, I think it was. And this when he started getting red pill, he started seeing some shit. Let's keep it moving.
But can we focus one day on one issue that bothers us as a country in terms of this whole, okay, let's say.
But they'll never answer it.
So let's say this, whatever news you follow, because what it is, okay, I listen to Fox or listen to CNN or listen to the conspiracy guys, which is, you know, my source of news.
Sure.
So there has to be something where we go, okay, let's take out all the fucking shit, right?
And just concentrate
and let's concentrate on our own logic in our own scenario. And in anyone's scenario, do you fucking throw Bin Laden in the ocean? In any of your own scenarios.
I love Patrice's take on this.
Not the news is telling you this, because Fox will just go. The difference to me between like the Alex Joneses, the Webster Tarpleys, the fucking Farrakhan, and Alan Watt. Those are the four guys I get my news from.
Yeah.
Okay. There's always a way for you to go fuck you, and then you go look it up.
Yeah.
It's always that. It's historical. The regular news does not.
Right. So, you know, he's right, though. Like, you hear some shit, it might be outlandish, right? That Alex Jones or whoever says, you're like, yo, nigga, get the fuck out of here. And then you go look it up and be like, no shit. You know what I mean? That's how, you know, that's initially how I come to, like, you know, start researching shit like that. You know what I mean? Now it's just like, all right, now I kind of look at they shit like, all right, let me go, you know, double check it. But damn, you know, they've been batting 1,000 lately.
Allow you to fuck with history. if you see people that go, don't go for Tonkin, and people go, Danny dismisses that.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. Go for Tonkin. Suck a dick. But there's no weapons of mass destruction. We were there for nothing. Shut up. You don't support the troops. And he's babbling. But you go, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah.
The go for Tonkin's fake. We died. The motherfuckers died. It was fake. But they go, suck my dick. So the thing about the quote-unquote conspiracy guys, you can go fuck you and go look that shit up and go, holy shit. This happened. It was fake. So my thing is, okay, fuck listening to people. Now just go with your own fucking mentality. There's a lot of things that's going wrong with this Bin Laden shit.
Now, what's your take on the whole thing of the Muslims have to be fucking disposed of, now whatever it is, in a day?
Let me tell you something. If you Google...
I got a question. Has anybody ever heard that? Remember when they went and they so-called took out Bin Laden, right? They said that when they asked for evidence of, you know, that proof that it was him, they said, oh, we buried him at sea under like Muslim tradition or whatever. So they fucking, like Patrice O'Neal said, they flushed him down the ocean like he was cocaine. Has anybody ever heard of that tradition in the Muslim community that they have to be buried at sea? I've never heard that. And when Obama said that shit, I was like, what? I said, I never heard that shit at all. In the chat, anybody ever heard that shit?
Any criminal, Babyface Nelson. There's a picture of the guy that shot him in his face. taking a look at what the fuck I did shot.
You're right, yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde, that bitch, they will never show a bitch that, but you go Bonnie and Clyde, bullets all in her face. And fucking
G-Man is out
G-Man,
with a Tommy gun.
Like so.
Break it down. What do you think happened?
This is
Break it down,
in conspiracy world.
Right.
Okay.
No, in Patrice's world.
But this is, I get a lot of my shit in my world.
But
okay,
you're
what do I believe?
You're a thinker.
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe. All right, here we go. But I don't have any fucking endorsements to lose, so
Yeah.
I'll just say it. I believe, and this is the thing, you can't prove it. I believe that he had lent himself, that Bin Laden, because if this is the history of it.
Uh-huh.
We were in cahoots. We're in cahoots with everybody. And this is why Muslims hate America. Not because of we living in America and live how we want to live and do radio. Live in America.
Very good.
They can't hate that song. They got to dance to that fucking song.
I love that
But there's
song.
no song that they do that's better than living in America.
No, they some fools, yo.
Really? Being on the hill is better than living in America?
Rocky's fucking working out to it.
There we go.
Yeah. This is fucking great. You can't hate. You can't hate on
they
this
some
song.
fools.
I know. Let's not bomb today.
I used to love this
Let's
show.
listen to this. Enjoy it. Because I enjoy living in America
We
myself.
don't like Americans. We want to kill them. But this song, James Brown. Living in America.
The reason they hate us is because we support the evil regimes that. So Egypt and all these like dictators who suppress their people.
Yeah.
We help them.
Right.
We make sure that they stay in power. So that's why they hate us, first of all. I think, and listen, there's a new Bin Laden that they already setting up. This guy that had dinner at the White House. Al Asari or something. He's the new.
He's had dinner at the White House.
Hey,
Yeah, they've been talking about it. He had dinner at the White House like in 2002. Because he was one of the good ones. Now he's the next Bin Laden. This guy from Yemen. I think it's Al Asari or something.
I was sorry. Here we
I
talking
think
about.
Bin Laden was in cahoots with them a long time. I think he was getting sick. I think they needed a war. And I think that they set him up in this compound, okay, and let him live his last days out being the face of evil.
Mm-hmm.
I think he died somewhere because who's to prove that he wasn't? They fucking caught him and threw him in the ocean, like I said, like how you would flush cocaine down the toilet when the cops kick in your fucking door.
We needed that terrorist, Karen.
Karen! How could you flush the
They wouldn't have found
We
him.
definitely need him right
needed
now.
that
Yeah, he was straight
terrorist.
there.
Sorry! Do you understand?
The only bad guy
So,
we had.
What I'm saying, this is all conjecture, but I'm saying what I believe.
So it's just time to tell the world that he was dead.
It was time, and it was time for Obama because he's not done yet. His mission ain't done, and this helped him a lot. They didn't count on something that I knew about.
But why wouldn't
Being
you?
from Baltimore, is that white racism is more powerful than he thought it fucking was.
Really?
So now he has to almost become Bush.
Yeah, he is kind of slipping.
Gun-ho, and we killed the motherfucker.
And that white racism, you're correct about because his poll numbers only went up a tiny bit after that.
Because I heard
if
some
that
shit.
happened with George W., his fucking ratings would have went to the roof.
I swear, yo, like, you know, if we still had Patrice O'Neal around, you feel me? And if he was still alive to see a lot of stuff happen, I think he'd be more based than he was in this.
Personally, they needed a face to this. Okay, he's not only was public enemy number one. People would argue he was next to Hitler in terms of
Right.
He just didn't have the
Yeah.
numbers.
his cachet.
Right.
Yep.
what he wanted to do.
Yeah, of his evil.
Evil.
So you go. Look, I think he was a sick old man. I think he died a long time ago, or he died.
That's what I said.
In that place, they staged that shit, plastered he's dead, so Obama could get elected. They're gonna put another guy in, and here's one of the things. One of the guys, Webster Tarpley, who I like him. He's just one of those machines. Those conspiracy, but he's a historian though. He goes, look, and he said this shit in 2007. He said, I'm nervous about this guy because, see, the thing about Bush, and they call the neocons, the thing about Bush, he was a cowboy. He was like, we're going to go in there and fucking bomb him, fuck him. But Obama's not that kind of guy. So basically what he's saying is, look, the people he worked for, which is the beggars.
Which we know, we kind of found out, Obama, he bombed so many people, he ran out of bombs.
Power. They want this white people to be powerful. I tell people this: they're not going to let brown people rule the world. They'll destroy it first. These white bankers, man. So basically, this guy, fucking Brzezinski, who is the face, he's the puppet master. He wants to stop China and Russia, and if he can, he wants to pit them against each other to destroy each other. And what they would do is now they're talking about going to Pakistan. They're starting trouble with Pakistan.
Yeah.
Because how could you harbor this guy? What they're going to do with that is take Pakistan so they can strategically have things. They want to control Pakistan because Pakistan's friendly with China.
But wouldn't Pakistan have said something like, hey, by the way, this guy's been dead for fucking years.
He did.
We know it.
He did. I forgot the lady name.
And you remember this lady that got fucking the prime minister of Pakistan? It was a woman?
Yeah.
She said, she goes, what was the guy with the fucked up head? Looked like the guy they caught, and he was in a T-shirt. And he was,
yeah.
They caught him, and he was a big timer. She says out loud, this lady, fucking her name, the prime minister, she was murdered in 2007.
Right.
She said Bin Laden's dead. He was killed by something.
We could see that online?
Yeah, absolutely. She said Bin Laden's dead. She was dead. After she said that, they murdered that bitch.
Let me go with what Ann said. Hold on. Let me go with what Ann said, though. I mean, the Republicans and the Democrats fucking at this point hate each other. So why wouldn't there be a Republican saying, look, I know the deal here. Fuck that. Osama's been dead for years.
Why would they tell us the truth?
No, the Republicans to get a little foothold on the power.
Because they're in cahoots.
Yo, Patrice O'Neal was so based, yo. He was like spot on back then. I think this was like 2009. I think he did this interview. I think it was. But yo, he was spot on even back then. Even with his speculations, he ended up being. He was kind of damn near spot on. I mean, could you imagine if he would have lived to see this? Like, man. First off, I think he'd be like a fucking megastar. Two, you know what I mean? He probably. I know he'd be on the side of Joe Rogan and Chappelle and Bill Burr and all those guys, man. He was fucking on it. Straight up. DMW. Yeah, he was straight on it, bro. Let's keep it moving.
So,
wait.
All right. I have an open mind here. So the Republicans and the Democrats, as they show on TV, they fucking basically can't get along and hate each other. They're actually in cahoots behind the scenes.
It's staged. It's the bank runs the fucking show.
It's divide and conquer. So
that's why they need racism. That's why anybody who ever comes close ever to galvanizing the people, they get murdered. Martin Luther King was dangerous because he had white people going, wow, this is wow. And he was doing it out of love. Barack did it because it was, the next thing they're going to do is,
I think he would have changed his mind on Barack as time went on.
It's the Sudan, but it's under peace. But Sudan gives China, evidently, and I just get my reports. I'm just going. I didn't go over there and test the fucking oil. But supposedly Sudan gives China a lot of oil, maybe a third of its oil. So we got to go in these places to take these places. That's why dictators are so important to us, because we can't fuck with a democracy. So we need Pakistan to have a dictator so we could say, hey, do this, motherfucker.
Well, that's why we pay him $3 billion.
Exactly. That's why we hate as a country. We're supposed to hate Ahmadinejad from Iran and the motherfucker from down South America. Chavez.
Chavez, right?
Because they're dictators who actually look out for their people. They're not corrupt.
Why can't we turn them?
Because they're not corrupt. They say, fuck America. And they work with China. Because China has just as much power as we do. We are horrified of fucking China.
Yeah.
So what we're trying
like
to
I said,
do
he was
is
ahead of his time, yo.
Get a foothold and have a standing army and get control of any place where the oil, where people can go fuck America and sell their oil to China. We want to control those places so that then China has to then fight with Russia to get their oil from like Siberia, or if the Saudis want to deal with them, they just make it so it's because China needs oil.
How come all these conspiracies pretty much come back for many years now to oil? Yet we are fucked with oil and paying through the nose, and we never have enough. And it's like,
you're seeing that right now, right?
The thing that gets me.
You're seeing that right now.
I think it's an easy answer.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, like, about any of us.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason that don't forget, I buy a lot of sneakers. Here's the pimp game. I think I might have said the pimp game is this. Whatever you're into buying, okay? I remember my sneakers were $30.
Yeah.
You buy sneakers.
So check it. Before you get into his story, right? So again, Behold a Pale Horse. Go check it out. You call it shock testing in that book. Basically, so what they do is they'll take some goods and some services, stuff like that. Let's just say gas, right? Let's use gas. I always use gas as an analogy before I even heard him talk about this. So gas in 2008, right? Right, just before 2008, gas was probably like $1.50, $1.60, something like that, right? Next thing you know, when we went into the recession, you know what I mean, and all that other stuff, and they started bailing people out, gas started skyrocketing, right? Gas went from like $1.60 to $2, from $2 to $2.50, to $3 to $3.50, to the point where like you had radio stations that they had segments on where you could get the cheapest gas from. You feel me? So, you know, when gas almost hit $4 a gallon, let's just say here in Maryland, because I'm sure it hit $4 a gallon in other states. But when gas was almost hitting $4 a gallon, motherfuckers was like, yo, fuck this. We can't do this. We can't do this, man. Nah, fuck that. Nah, it was getting crazy. You know, when they got to the brink, when people started cracking, they dropped gas down to $3 and like 30 cents or some shit like that. And everybody's like, whew, ooh, thank God. I couldn't pay that $4. But it's like, yo, gas was $1.60, like less than a few months ago. Like, it's called shock testing. They get you to the brink, and then when you can't take no more, they bring it down to a price point that is higher than what it originally was, but lower than what you were willing to pay. You know what I mean? And they've been doing that for fucking decades. You know what I mean? That's how inflation happens. That's how the fucking cost of living goes up every fucking year or every so often, is when they do shit like that, the shock testing. But anyway, so let me go ahead and let Patrice keep talking.
For $30, and I remember my mother bought me a pair of sneakers for $30, and she was like, damn. Then what they do is they hit you with the $60 right after the 30. You go, oh Lord, I can't afford sneakers no more. And just when you getting ready, they find out who got money and who don't. They lower it back down to 40. So you go, oh, I can buy sneakers.
Like I just said.
But they just bumped it up $10. Gas in 2003 was 99 cents a gallon.
Damn,
it's $4 now. Why didn't they just bump it up to $4? Because we would revolt.
Right.
But now it's a slow
burn.
fucking.
Yeah. Just do it slowly. Slow burn.
They just have the appreciation to know people enough that people want it with Vaseline. You know what I'm saying? So they slip it in slow, and you go, okay, and they take it out.
Pretty much everything is a lie. Everything's a lie, and so how does this lie perpetuate without somebody really coming out and leaking it?
They do, but we dismiss them. Anybody who says, hey, this is the anti-idea of what happened. Like, people, look, here's the problem. The problem is they're willing, they have a term. It's called, they have two terms for what we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
One is blowback. The other term is what we all know, which is collateral damage. Why would you even invent a fucking term called collateral damage, which is innocent people?
Is that right, Natasha?
Basically, hey, this number of innocent people die so that we can. What's the word I'm looking for? It's innocent.
How do you?
It's like okay, this many people like they
It's
calculated
really the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
We've heard that over the years.
They're expendable.
Wait, I don't want to get past the Osama thing.
Okay.
Al Qaeda comes out and says he's dead. So what's that about then?
Al Qaeda supposedly, and this is what you believe. This is why.
All right, but why wouldn't they have said, "Look, we all know
because
he was dead years ago"?
Al Qaeda, and this is where it starts to sound crazy.
Right.
It's CIA created, CIA run. Bin Laden.
Patrice was on his best shit.
Yeah, we know
The
that.
whole story about him going "fuck you" and blah, that's what they told us. But that Al Qaeda was created and funded by fucking America.
So what was in it
but
for
it wasn't
Osama?
that outrageous back then
A
because
bunch of fucking money.
Yeah, but then he had to live the
Gotcha.
rest of his life in kind of shitty terms.
But he was
that compound
dying anyway.
sucked.
That's what they showed
So
us.
why
Did they show him with his legs crossed chilling in that compound? That's what they said. This is
Exactly.
what I'm saying. It's just like,
And that goes back to what that reporter was saying in that press conference. That's what they said. But they had no fucking proof that that's what they did. We did have to go off of the word that they said they did that shit. And then they made a propaganda movie that solidified it.
You think he was living much better than that, but
dude, he was chilling.
But hey,
show you
hold,
the footage
hold,
that's
hold
kinda
the phone.
shitty.
Hold the phone here.
Okay.
The Russian thing. Obviously, it's like, the CIA was funding Bin Laden and Al Qaeda. It's the same people. When they were the Mujahideen or whatever it was, when they were fighting the Russians. But yet, that isn't. Why do people think that's so outrageous? Sometimes our allies become our enemies and vice versa.
Okay.
Back then, we hated the fucking Russians.
Yeah, we still do.
wanted to fuck with them. They wanted to fuck with us. So whenever they got involved in some military action, we supported the opposing team, which at that point was Bin Laden and the rest of the people in freedom fighters in Afghanistan. Then things changed. There is no more Soviet Union. So we became the bad guys, and of course now they're going to come after us. So what? Why is that so unbelievable?
No, I don't not believe it. I don't even not believe that. I don't. This is.
Yeah, Steph. I think it was 2000. I think it was like 2009, yo. I think he did this in 2009.
Like, look, I don't believe in aliens.
2009.
I don't believe in this thing where they're trying to
let's
get
see,
us to
hold on.
believe
It was in
aliens.
line code.
Because
It was
NASA just released
2011.
Area 51. Yeah, I'm not with it.
Every
But
time.
I'm gonna say if you tell me 2 + 2 is 4, and I know it is, but then you shove marbles in your ass, and I go, Jesus, Anthony shoves
It's more like
marbles in his ass?
2011.
That doesn't discredit
It's more
2
like
+ 2 is 4.
2011 stuff.
So I'll let motherfucker.
So it looked like this might have been more like 2011. So Bin Laden died in 2011. That's when he got 2011. So this is about that time around then, which makes sense because when I remembered him when I remember hearing the story or hearing the conference that he was got, I was working as a lead tech for a casino, and that was when I started that job 2010. I heard it back around 2011. So yeah, that's about right. So 2011, it was probably about the year when this was going on. I know when did Partice die. I think Partice died in 2015 or 2013. Let's see. No, Patrice O'Neal, he died shortly after. He died November 2011. So this had to have been around like 2011. So if Osama died in 2011, Patrice died in 2011. So this was that same year Patrice died.
Because to fight this battle, and I'm gonna tell you, if you know Alex Jones or if you know Alan Watt, if you listen to Farrakhan, if you listen to Webster Tarpley, all four of those dudes have the tenacity of crazy.
Right.
And you need that tenacity.
But it doesn't necessarily mean what they're saying is
I don't
bullshit.
have the tenacity of crazy. Because you need that, because I do comedy and I see the faces of people who just go out and party when they announce Bin Laden's dead. The puppets. the sheep. Those are people, a lot of those people come to comedy shows, and it makes it difficult to communicate because you can say something that just will make somebody turn on you.
Right.
But this is the one thing that opened my mind up that I never move off of. The Federal Reserve Bank ain't federal. It fucked me up to know that we pay a private loan by a private bank to our government who doesn't borrow money based on our wishes. We are fucking slaves.
You know how many people to this day still don't know that the Federal Reserve ain't a federal bank? You know how many people to this day still don't know that? That is a big red pill for a lot of people. I mean, like, when I tell people that, it's two things, right? One is that my bad. One thing is that Abraham Lincoln wasn't a Democrat. For some reason, a lot of people think that he was a Democrat. Other one is that Federal Reserve ain't federal. Not a federal bank. It's a private bank owned by some motherfuckers from overseas. You know, I guess the Bank of England and a couple other people. Go read The Creature from Jekyll Island. I suggest that's another good reading assignment. Go read or listen to The Creature from Jekyll Island. It explains it all. But yeah, that's a big eye opener for a lot of people.
To the bank. And everything else is believable. Once they tell you that the gold standard, do you know what our standard is now? How we weigh our wealth?
It's a debt standard.
Debt! If you owe me 1,000, I'm worth 1,000.
Yes.
But it's not real.
Let me ask you a question about the Alex Joneses of the world. And
Yes.
I hate using that term, but because there's a bunch of them you named. Aren't they bad for the planet?
Yeah.
So why doesn't the government do a little something with them?
Because they're
putting marbles up their ass.
Yes.
I understand what Patrice says.
Thank you.
If they say this shit, but they're so crazy when they're saying it, and so many people are like, oh, listen to this fucking guy. So they can make the lie better by exposing it and being crazy, because then you'd have to be crazy to believe
Let me go with that then. So why isn't there a guy that doesn't put the marbles
Patrice was
up his
straight
ass
up
saying the
Hotep
same
all
shit?
day.
And- Hold on.
Like
Has
that
there-
Pakistani woman?
Well, I'm going to ask, and has
End up dead.
there been a guy that didn't do it with putting the marbles up his ass, and what happened to that guy?
Ready, though?
I'm talking about talk radio,
I
not...
know. Wait, ready? I'm not a crazy guy. Hi. In about 3 years, aliens will be visiting us, and
You just put marbles up your ass.
no matter, I can go, motherfucker, aliens is coming, you bastards! And you go, yes. Then you go, I talked to God yesterday. God said we had a drink together, and that nigga's crazy.
So the woman that they keep referring to, the Pakistani leader, her name was Benazir Bhutto. She was assassinated in December 2007, December 27, 2007, when she was assassinated. So, just to give y'all some reference.
No matter what you say, that ain't regular.
Go back.
I can go, motherfucker!
To that guy.
Ready, though?
I'm talking about talk radio, not...
I know. Wait, ready? I'm not a crazy guy. Hi. In about 3 years, aliens will be visiting us, and
You just put marbles up your ass.
no matter, I can go, motherfucker, aliens is coming, you bastards! And you go, yes. Then you go, I talked to God yesterday. God said we had a drink together, and that nigga's crazy. No matter what you say, that ain't regular. With the regular shit that the news is telling you and everything,
you're saying it
crazy.
Yep.
You're saying it today. I don't know what I believe. I'm listening to you. It's very interesting. But you're saying it without putting marbles up your ass right now.
No, I'm not.
You're putting marbles up your ass.
Because someone's getting mad. Because here's the thing. Here's something that I've never said in public. I'm gonna say right now, and it scares me. But at least I'm here and I can get a chance to say it correctly. I'll never say it on Fox and stuff because they'll just chop your head off and I'm evil. They always throw. So you don't support the troops, and people get fucked up with that. But I go, the troops are not an entity to be supported. they do what they're told to do. So I'm not supporting anyone that gets killed in the line of duty and go over there and in their mind they're protecting me and your liberty. I'm saying that they don't do anything for you to support them. They just do the bidding of the banks and the government wherever they see fit. So if I say I don't support the troops, it's not saying I don't support those people that are dying. You go, I don't support policy. And for people like on these news to manipulate that, knowing that they're intelligent people and they put that at you and they make you sound fucked up, you know that they are controlled by, because the banks own the networks and they own propaganda and they own so of course if you take out the fact that you are racist, listen to Farrakhan. When Farrakhan talks about the banking system and what they do to the kids, he ain't talking about black, he's talking about, and he cries. This motherfucker starts crying.
But then
Alex Jones is losing his mind because people won't.
But then Farrakhan puts marbles up his ass by talking about flying pyramids and fucking.
But he has told you
2 plus 2 is 4.
You can pick up a book and go 2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker got marbles in his ass.
I love the marbles.
It's the best analogy ever.
But 2 plus 2 is 4.
Right.
So you don't even have to really listen to him no more. All you have to do is get your math book and then go, wow, 3 times 3 is 9.
But it turns out, a lot of people think of it in terms of like a witness in a trial. If you find any part of the testimony to be false, or you don't think there's
Belief
any
is
truth behind
circumstantial.
it, then you can throw out all the testimony.
Yeah, it's
like
all conjecture. We are repeating. I'm just basically parroting what I hear, and then with a little bit of research
and a little bit of your own intellect and
what do we know?
experience.
I believe we shot Osama. I can't prove it. I just believe it.
Okay, let's again cut out the news.
I just believe it. I'm disappointed we didn't get to see the death shot, because it would shut up a lot of conspiracy guys. But the White House comes out and says, well, they'll always not believe.
And here's what this girl, a friend of my woman, she goes, she was in the army. Now the army's fucking her bad. Won't give her GI Bill and shit. So she goes, well, if we didn't bury him, it would incite what? More anger? Like the fact that Al Qaeda is supposedly threatening us now with violence.
Right.
They weren't yesterday before this motherfucker got shot.
There'd be more threats of violence. They hate us to the umpteenth level.
They're
on 11.
Osama got killed. They went to level. Oh shit.
Yeah.
They was just gonna basically kill us. But why
raise suspicion in so many people
by
not showing the death photo?
Cover up. He's dead.
But you could find some kind of lookalike then at that point and show a death photo of some guy. Because even if they released the death photo, people would have questions like, oh, that's not him.
The sophistication of technology fucks up this game.
Yeah, but you're right. Yo, as technology gets better and better and better, it's harder for them to pull the wool over people's eyes. You know what I mean? We could tell a fake in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? And they know that, and the part is they some of them know that, but a lot of them don't. You know what I mean? Like we could tell that bullshit in a heartbeat. Technology, not even technology, with the advancement of social media, we can, the truth gets out there faster than the bullshit they try and peddle us. You know what I mean?
But the government has shit. They're telling us Bill Burr. Bill Burr says the government has shit we don't even know about yet.
Dude, I'm not talking about the shit we don't know about.
LBJ had an iPad.
But
what I'm saying.
Hold on. Because Bill Burr made a great point. He went to the Reagan Museum, wasn't it, or the library out there in California, and they have a part of his plane, Air Force One, where it had a phone on it. Way before this technology was available for anybody else.
That's not my point. That they have all this technology.
They might have other technology.
My point is this. The fact that we have it fucks them. The internet, they are trying to destroy the internet. It fucks them up. Photoshop fucks them up. They can't treat you like complete dummies. They did release a death photo, and motherfuckers went, This shit's Photoshop.
You think that was supposed to be the fucking
Nigga, yes.
God damn it, I never heard that one
These
before.
are 80-year-old white guys who are fucking still.
So wait.
Why do we still have the Nielsen?
Please,
Why do we still wait? Why the fuck, with all this technology, we still depend on a rating system that one family is in control of 100,000? It's
Hold on,
bullshit.
I gotta slow you down because your point is so brilliant that I want to just explore that a little bit. So you think the government kind of like, all right, like let's just get this out there and see if they
Let's see how they find. Oh shit! Someone found 2 pictures that we put together.
They looked at that shit. And Obama's birth certificate. Motherfuckers, technology looked at that and went, what the fuck is this shit?
That's just funny.
I
gotta take the other part of that too.
Go ahead.
If the government's so powerful, they would just find some fucking Muslim that kind of looks like him and then kill that fucking guy and then put that picture out there.
Really? And then
why not?
His
Why
technology.
Not? What happens then?
Huh? I'm looking at Valley Bertinelli. That's not really that. Dude, technology fucks with the
So you think they threw that picture out hoping?
That was
hoping
the
we would
picture.
bite.
That was the death photo.
That was the picture.
And they thought they would just let us. And this is the thing that kills me about Fox and all that. They're not arguing.
Oh, shit, my bad, Joe.
What's down the fucking ocean? They're arguing. Why didn't we get to see the death photos? It's like, wait a minute. You're not questioning the fact that you had a Muslim burial for public enemy number 2 all time? This is public. If we, do you think we would have just? We still want to find Hitler. We're still trying to find his bones. In some shit, him and Ava Braun, who supposedly killed him, and speculation. Do you think that they would just flush the of our time, the worst motherfucker that ever was born? They would just throw him in the ocean, and under the guise of having a respectful Muslim burial. Do you fucking believe that? You believe that? This is what I'm saying. The frustration is I can't move on. Fucking believe that?
Right.
As a person. Just as a person who doesn't have a television, if I told you that. And I was me and you talking no TV, and I go, yeah, man, Bin Laden. Who's Bin Laden? Yeah, this is the guy responsible. We killed 3,000 people, and he wants to kill millions, and he runs the most sinister terrorist group ever created. This guy may be on par. His intentions may be on par with Hitler.
Wow, this guy's fucking evil.
Found him, caught him, and killed him. Whoa!
Oh, great.
What did you do with the body? Threw it in the water.
But he got a point, right? That's like saying, yeah, I got this beautiful girlfriend. Oh man, we always going to dinner and we always doing this, and she got the best sex, blah 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 blah. Oh, okay, let me meet her. Where's she at? Oh, she live in Canada. You know what I mean? That's exactly what he's saying. That's the equivalent of what's going on. Like, it's like, yo, come on, really? That's the bullshit you gonna peddle us? When I heard that whole bullshit when they said they tossed this nigga in the ocean, I was like, all right, they didn't get him.
This is your new set, by the way.
I love the fact that
a thinking man's comedy. That's your new gig.
He's
but Danny says
kind of turning me.
No, but Danny says that death photo's been around for a while. So what's your take on that, Patrice?
Rehashed after.
Well, that's what Danny says. That's what this is what I'm saying. This is a guy. That's what I'm talking about. I discredit what Danny says.
And he
discredit me. Who gives a fuck what Danny says? And not because it's Danny, but because anything.
Anybody says anything, you could just say no.
No.
And
that's the simplicity of it.
And people are saying, why aren't we beating up Patrice like we do Troy? Well, because Troy Kwan comes in here with questions, but doesn't give us any.
No, he gives us nothing.
Like, at least Patrice is giving us some stuff to think about.
Patrice has.
That's the difference, by the way. I can't go to that guy on the phones right now. 15
levels of involvement with every subject he brings up. You could peel away the layers. He explains what he's talking about. But when you get somebody that comes in and just goes, yeah, the Pentagon was hit with a missile. How? Explain that when they were plane parts. No, they weren't. No, I was hit by a missile. You believe in everything the government says? It's like, but when Patrice explains things like, look, Why the fuck would they take the biggest fucking criminal of our time and just throw his body away without anyone
Like it's
seeing
cocaine.
it? No one saw it.
Like evidence that you
And they
get rid
threw
of.
it away without at least... Now, think about this also.
It does bother me.
They took Jeffrey Dahmer after he was killed and examined his brain to see abnormalities
Right.
and maybe
Right.
things that could be worked on in the future.
Right.
Wouldn't you want to check out bin Laden's brain and
Right.
see if there were abnormalities? Why didn't they do an autopsy? Hey, did he have those kidney problems? Let's cut him open and maybe see if this guy had some kind of physical, mental problem.
Have
But
you heard this on Fox? What he's saying?
No, I
Have you
haven't
heard it
heard
on CNN?
No.
They just wrapped him up and
they
flushed him
accept
down the
that.
ocean, like what you said. Flushed him down the ocean. I love flushed him down the ocean.
Here come the cops. Here come nosy people with their bullshit.
Quick, get him in the drink. Oh, man.
I'm just saying.
You're getting me thinking.
That's all it is. And then you just go and you just look at basically.
I think the government gave you diabetes. They don't like this power you got.
Oh,
Nigga,
jeez.
if they want to get rid of me, I'd rather have AIDS and drop dead than have this shit. Because diabetes
Oh, my God.
it has to be government. AIDS ain't
Government diabetes.
Because diabetes is hilarious.
Jesus.
Because if you say I'm dying of sugar, it just makes you smile.
Like, aw, what a sweet
I'm
way
dying
to go.
of a fuck virus, makes you scared to death. I'm dying of something that invades your body and destroys everything, makes you go, oh, and I catch it by fucking. But to go, hey man, if you eat a lollipop, things go bad. Bubble gum, really? So
Jeez,
you know, maybe
jeez.
so.
Sound that bad.
We really got a break.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
We got Laszlo outside the studio.
Yes, Laszlo.
We also
So that was the end of that part. It was a couple segments. Maybe we'll do another one day. Because he was constantly on Opie and Anthony's show. Partice is hilarious. Partice was hilarious, man. You know, shout out to him. Shout out to his family. Definitely was a fucking talent. And he would go on these rants on Opie and Anthony's show, you know, and it was just hilarious, you know. And that's the thing, right? And that's what kind of, you know, listening to people like him and, you know, Hot Damn I Rock back when he was doing his thing here in Baltimore on YouTube, you know, that's what kind of, you know, gave me my, you know, the idea to do what I do. You know what I mean? You know, some people like that straightforward news thing or whatever and all this outrage and this and that. But sometimes if you can just make the truth a little more palatable, a little funnier, you know, you can go a lot further than, you know, or you can get a lot of, you know, a lot of leeway that way, or you can change a lot of people's minds that way. If you add a little humor to it, you know, and that's what Patrice O'Neal could do, you know. You know, he died at 40. I think he was 40 years old when he died. You know what I mean? Like, Patrice O'Neal was fucking hilarious. You know, I suggest y'all go back and watch some of his stand-up. You know, like Elephant in the Room, stuff like that. But, you know, he has other takes that maybe we'll review him later. But I just wanted y'all to hear this because it kind of went along with, you know, that exchange between the reporter and the spokesperson for the State Department. You know, they want us to believe things because they said to believe them. You feel me? You know, because I said so. This is what we said happened. So take our word for it. Despite us pulling this bullshit, you know, in the past where we say something and the shit is just completely and just patently false. You know what I mean? You know, but I digress. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more. It's about to be 1:15. I'm gonna go hang out with upstairs with my son. Me and him supposed to go get some haircuts in a little bit. My nephew's here too, so we'll probably take him with us. We'll see. But anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll holler at you. It's Cannon Hotep. Take it easy.